Biztrends is proudly brought to you by Vanguard Assurance, Leap Tomato Paste.
Hello viewers, welcome to another wonderful time on Biztrends TV show, the Link Up edition. I'm Enyon K. McWonder. My costume is by Impressive Design and my makeup by Ivy Golden Traditions Makeup. Follow her on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and place an order. Call her to come and give you this beautiful look. This show is proudly brought to you by Vanguard Assurance and Leap Tomato Paste. On the Link Up edition, all we are doing is to give an opportunity to SME CEOs out there who want role models, who want business mentors, who will talk to them, who will give them advice, who they want to learn from. And so if you're an SME out there, go on our Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter, Biztrends TV show. Send us your company name, your contact, and my producer will get in touch with you. Today, we are here at Dreamline Consult to hang out with the CEO, Mr. Samuel Addo. And I'm sure he's in his office patiently waiting for our arrival. So let's go into the office and then start the networking session. Stick and stay with me. I'll be back with a lot more.
Hello sir, this is Vanguard Assurance. We just got a notification of a fire outbreak at your premises. I want to assure you that the fire service has been notified and the Vanguard team has been dispatched and they'll be at your premises soon. Thank you sir.
With the Vanguard Digital Fire Insurance, you need not to worry about getting a fire report. Vanguard will facilitate the processing of the fire report and speed up your claim process. No need for you to chase any fire report or fill any form to initiate your claim.
Switch to the Vanguard Digital Fire Insurance now. It's digital, it's fast, and very convenient.
Vanguard Assurance, 6th time CIMG Hall of Fame insurer.
Waitress! Tomato paste better with the area. I don't want to leave tomato paste in Ghana. Ah!
Leap! Aha! This is what I call a journey.
Secret na ne LEAP, leap. Someone named Leap tomato paste it was superb and palatable taste. Na esu biaso. There were large and small sizes for chop bars, restaurants, and enfie.
For bulk purchase, contact 033-2095-314 or 050-141085.
Thank you so much for joining us on set.
Thank you for having me.
Right. So advertising, how relevant is that to national development?
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. I must say that doing business without advertising is like doing business in the dark.
Okay.
So first of all, let me look at it from the individual perspective. You have a business and you are the only one who knows about the business. You have a fantastic product, you are the only one who knows about the product. You think it can do a lot of things, but the intended audience, the target market, they don't know. You know your product more than any other person. Right. So it's up to you to let people know that you have something that they need. So that is from the individual perspective. Okay. To the nation, I mean, advertising as a business, like any other business, we pay tax to the government. So we contribute in terms of tax to the government, and therefore government raise revenue through taxation. That the revenue that we pay in the form of tax to government. And then also, I mean, you and I will bear witness to the fact that during campaigns, I mean, election campaigns, you see that all the political parties use marketing communication strategies to win votes. So without advertising, how do you get your message across? So what they do in effect is a form of communication, marketing communication, which is advertising. They advertise their events, their programs, what they want to do if they are voted into power. They use all forms of advertising strategies, outdoor, below the line, above the line, just to get their message across, to get people to buy into their concept and then vote for them.
So advertising is key.
Very key.
From what I read in your profile, you work with DAPEC, and then for a while you resigned and then joined Charterhouse. And all this while you work with DAPEC as the client service person, and then in Charterhouse as the client service manager. What was the experience like, and what were also the challenges you observed when you're working in this industry?
Okay, so my first place of work, as you rightly put it, was DAPEC Advertising.
Right.
At the time, it was the biggest advertising company in the country. So I started with DAPEC as a client service executive. You know, just like any other salesperson, you go out there soliciting for clients. You know, it's tough. I mean, sales job is extremely tough. And advertising is something that at the time most clients wouldn't want to hear at all. Because first of all, he's struggling, and then you're asking him to spend more money. And you know, advertisers, our job is not like that of finance or accounting. You're asking somebody to spend so much with the hope that he's going to get so much at the end. Exactly. How can you prove to the person that if you spend less a budget of 1 million Ghana cedis, your sales is going to quadruple? It doesn't make sense. Accounting is different. Finance might be different. I believe, I'm not a finance person, but a little I know, you add 1 to 1, you get 2. But marketing, I'm telling you, spend 1 + 1 can be 10. That's how marketing or advertising works. So it's difficult to convince anybody that 1 + 1 can be 10. So, but then once you get your concept right, your strategy right, it is very possible when it comes to marketing communication. Most of the giant brands that you see today are where they are because of effective marketing communication. I started with DAPEC years as a client service person, you know, hopping from one office to another, you know, running through the principal street of Accra, knocking at doors, introducing my company in the form of, you know, having introductory letters, talking to companies. Sometimes the gatekeepers, the people I call the gatekeepers, the receptionists, the personal assistant to the MDs and all, sometimes wouldn't want to see you at all, wouldn't want to look at you at all. But you know, with perseverance and hard work, you go the first time, you don't get opportunity to meet the person. You go the second, you go the time, and the third time, and then one day you happen to meet the person. It was tough. Those days, not like today that, you know, most advertising companies have vehicles for salespeople. Sometimes you are just giving money to take trotro and go and see a client.
By the time you get there, you're all sweaty.
All sweaty.
I see.
And then you have to stand somewhere, clean your shoes, you know, get yourself dried up, and before you go. But I was quite committed, you know, I come to work quite very early. Sometimes I actually close from the client's office. I remember a couple of times I have to close from a client's office around like 10, 11.
I see.
From Tema. And then I have to chase the trotro and go home.
For your number of years you spent in this industry, do you think successive government who have passed and on, have they done a lot to help the industry grow to your expectation?
Well, I would say yes and no. I would say no because, you know, advertising in a way, if you look at the below the line stuff, the promotional materials, the branding items, most of these things are imported, you know, from China and elsewhere. And, you know, anytime you talk about importation, tax plays a very significant role. Duties at the harbor and all that. I feel sometimes that the duties that we pay and the taxes that are slapped onto us actually doesn't help with our pricing. So you come across as very expensive sometimes. But because most of these things are not produced locally, you have to rely on importation. So I think there's a lot, you know, successive governments could have done. I would say MPP government, though it's still early days, to some extent, they are trying. Because, I mean, they've streamlined a couple of things at the port. And hopefully, we should be able to get our item that we import, especially for most of our clients, through a very, you know, easy way.
I see. Okay, so viewers, you're still watching the Biztrends TV show, and Enyanam came up on this show is proudly sponsored by Vanguard Assurance and Leap Tomato Paste. My makeup is by Ivy's Golden Transitions Makeup. Follow her on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and she'll give you one of this beautiful look. My costume is from Impressive Design. If you're an SME CEO out there and you want to join us on this show, hang out with the most great, successful entrepreneur or CEO of a national, international company, all you have to do, just go on our Facebook page, send us your details, and my producer will get in touch with you. Now is the time for Linda, the CEO of Lineage Catering Services. She's married, yes, with 3 strong boys. It's time for her to join us on set. But before that, let's take a quick look at her profile. We will be back, and then you see her right here beside me. Stick and stay.
Linda Intojan is the first degree holder in journalism and Masters of Arts in Mass Communication and Journalism. Linda is the CEO of Lineage Catering Service, and her hobby in cooking turned into a business. Lineage Catering Service actually serves as a source of income to Lineage Foundation, and all proceeds from customers are sent to charity.
Biztrends will be right back.
Welcome to the all-new segment of Biztrends TV show, B7. In this new addition to the show, we will give you a peek into all the upcoming business seminars, summit, and product launch in and around the city. We will furnish you with all the details of the impending programs, from the time to the venue, and a short clip detailing the speakers of all the event, as well as what you would require to participate in that event. To get details of your forthcoming forums, summit, and product launch aired on Biztrends TV show, please contact us on 0554 830 431.
Waitress! Tomato paste better with the area. I don't want to leave tomato paste in Ghana. Ah!
Aha! This is what I call Ediane.
Secret na ne LEAP, leap. Someone when him say leap tomato paste aduane de. It was superb and palatable taste. Na esu obia so. There were large and small sizes for chop bars, restaurants, and enfie.
For bulk purchase, contact 033-2095-314 or 050-141085.
So welcome back from taking a quick look at the profile of Mrs. Linda Kumsen, the CEO of Lineage Catering Services. She was lucky to be selected to hang out with Mr. Addo. Mr. Addo, you met Mrs. Linda Kumsen. Mrs. Linda Kumsen, you met Mr. Addo.
Okay, Mr. Addo, nice meeting you, sir.
Nice meeting you too.
I'm privileged to see you. Yeah.
And I'm having you now.
Okay.
Right, so here's all yours. All the questions you have about your business, marketing, branding. Let's go.
Definitely, I'm living here with so much stuff to go and look at my product. Yeah.
I see.
Okay, my first question is going to be, I read through your profile and I noticed you were working at someone, DAPEC, if I get it right, before you established your own.
On DAPEC, I actually joined Charterhouse. That's multiple concepts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, Charterhouse is what people know, but the group is multiple concept group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as a client service manager.
Okay. What I want to know is, what are the challenges you face? Because once you were with someone and now you are going to be on your own, what are some of the challenges that you encountered whilst being your own boss?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. What I always tell people is that if you want to build a brand, it doesn't mean your life comes to an end. You still need to have a means of, income. when I was at DAPEC, I wouldn't want to go into detail as to why Dreamline came, but then Dreamline, I registered Dreamline. It was basically a virtual company. If I say virtual company, it was without an office. So once in a while, you know, you get one or two things to do. But it was when I joined Charterhouse, then I realized that it's something I really have to take serious. So I will go to work at Charterhouse on multiple concepts from 8 a.m. close at sometimes 6:30 or 7, depends on how busy the office is. And then right from Charterhouse, I'll rush to Dreamline. That's when I finally got an office. Rush to Dreamline. It was just me and one graphic designer. That's how I started. It wasn't like there was a full house.
Okay.
So it was just me and one graphic designer. And that, for your information, that graphic designer was also working somewhere. So he was doing part-time with me.
I see.
So we were both part-time employees of the company.
Okay.
I will close at Charterhouse, from Charterhouse, and then rush here, get here around 7. And then he will also join me around 8. And then I will be here till sometimes 12:30 to 1, midnight. And then I will go home. But he comes work for about 2 hours. And you can tell that because he's worked somewhere the whole day, he's quite tired. So I would say it wasn't easy because there was a lot of sacrifices, because to Charterhouse was quite demanding. You know, you go there and the whole day you are busy, and then just when you think you have to go home and get some rest, then you come to Dreamline to work. So I did that just so I can build Dreamline to a point, because you need to survive. And at the time, Dreamline has not gotten to a point where I could solely depend on Dreamline. So I had to do both, you know, and then make sure that Dreamline, I give Dreamline the time to grow and get to a point where I can, you know, leave Charterhouse. So at a point, I felt like, though Dreamline hasn't gotten to where I wanted it to be, Charterhouse was taking so much of my time and Dreamline was suffering. So I realized, okay, let me take the risk and resign. So I left Charterhouse, and then I gave Dreamline my full focus time. And it wasn't easy. Then I brought a couple of people on board. I mean, sometimes you can go, and my other colleagues in the industry will bear me witness that in our industry, you can go lean season for a couple of months, nothing is happening, and you have to pay salaries. It wasn't easy at all. And some of the challenges has to also do with some of these our big companies in the country who are not ready to give a startup company an opportunity to grow. You knock at companies' doors and they ask you, who are you? Who is Charterhouse? And who is Dreamline? What is your profile? Have you worked with any bank before, any automobile company before, any fast-moving consumer company before?
Questions, I
exactly.
guess.
And because your profile isn't that rich at the time, nobody wants to give exactly.
By giving you their business.
But I never gave up. So we decided to devise a strategy, you know, to get some of these companies to give us opportunity. So instead of knocking at your door with empty hands and asking you, I want to do an advert for you, I want to manage your brand for you, I want to do A, B, Z for you, why don't I rather take the time to study your brand, see how your marketing communication strategy is working, and then come up with a better one, something that I think will get you to where you want to be. So we will research into your branding, your marketing communication strategy, and then come up with a proposal. So by the time I come to your office, I have a proposal, a very workable proposal. And so if I don't even get to see the one in charge, I just drop it, at the reception or whoever I get to meet. And then somehow I pray and hope that the right person will get it. And so it started working. I remember there was this one time, that's how come we got Prudential Bank as a client. So then I've tried to meet the head of corporate communication. I wasn't getting the opportunity. So one day I went there with a very detailed, comprehensive marketing communication proposal, you know, with creative designs and everything. And then I dropped it. I spoke to the security man. I mean, when you go to Prudential, their front desk is being managed by some trained security guys. So I spoke to him and I pleaded with him to make sure the one in charge. Exactly. After a week, then I got a call.
Okay.
Then the old lady was like, "That's Madam Akosia Wahin." I was like, I've gone through your document. It looks good. Can you come over for a meeting? And so that's how it started. And then we got a couple of such, opportunities with other companies. And then they realized that, oh, you people are really good. So they gave us an opportunity. And I believe in a one-time opportunity. I don't believe in second chance. I think second chance is good. But why do I wait for second chance when I can make the best out of one? So I took it. And today, you're one of our clients. Everything that you see as far as Prudential Bank is concerned is from us. So maybe when we get the opportunity, we can now take you through some of the clientele that we work for, and it will amaze you. Yeah.
So if I get you right, I noticed that there was a risk. You took a risk before, because as an SME like me, I know that I need hands, but as to getting the courage to call people and say, I need you to come and work for me, because now I feel, quote unquote, my brand is not up there for me to employ people and then pay, because how am I going to pay them? So listening to you just this few minutes has made me to realize that I need to take a risk. But now my second question is going to be, like, where are those people you started with?
The gentleman, the graphic designer I started with, at a point couldn't take it anymore, because where he was working full-time was quite demanding. So he realized he can't close from his full-time job and come here. So at a point he abandoned me. He left me, and it was just me, myself, and I. So I got introduced to this gentleman who didn't have any degree. But I saw a potential in him. The guy naturally was creative, but no formal education in terms of graphic designing or anything. I think he's just an SS, graduate. But that's one thing as an entrepreneur you should develop: the ability to be able to identify talents, potential. So I engaged him, and I realized he needs some kind of direction and guidance. So I got him, brought him on board. It wasn't easy, because I was doing the client servicing myself, and I have to spend time to, also train him, direct him, guide him, and everything. So the time that I would have spent going out there looking for business, I have to spend a chunk of that time to, because
train him.
Exactly, because it's not like your professional graphic designer who has been to university, studied graphic design. Exactly. So you practically have to do everything. Give him the copy, everything, and then direct him and all that. But thank God he learned so fast, and we could gel, because he also shared in my vision, my dream, and then we worked together. And then today, I'm proud to say he's still with me. And he has grown so well. He's developed, if he does concepts, and I believe some of the billboard designs that you see out there are from him. Some of them are from him. And if you see him, if I look back and I look at today, I would say it was worth,
spending your time training him.
Exactly.
So Mr. Addo, I want to ask my final question before Linda comes in. Social media advertising, how is it impacting on your business, both positively and negatively, the advertising industry?
Okay, so social media, if you're looking into the future, it is obvious that it's going to take over.
The traditional way of advertising.
The traditional wouldn't fade off completely, because the traditional has been around for very long. But then social media is catching up so fast. And if you're a business, it is important that you look at it. It's cost effective, because unlike the traditional form of advertising where you buy a 1 minute airtime at a good TV station, you should be paying something around over 1,000 Ghana cedis. And if you want to do that, let's say 3 times a day, multiply by probably 3 months or 6 months. That's exactly. But social media is quite cost effective, and if you have your target well defined, you know exactly who is your target audience, and you have a good social media, a digital marketing company who understand their job, understand your product, know the social media strategy very well, and plan a good social media or digital marketing. I would want to call it digital marketing, because social media to me is limited. Digital marketing campaign. Then you should be able to get results. So I will say that it's something that has come to stay. It's about time marketing communication companies embrace it, and then possibly add it to their product line, so that it's not all the time you have to advise your client to go, the normal traditional, because they are quite expensive. If the client doesn't have the budget, and you look at his clientele, and it's a well-defined clientele that you think social media will actually rate them, then you can use that because it's quite cost-effective, and of course get the professionals who understand and then do a good job, and I think you will see the results you're looking for.
Okay. What I want to, my last question is going to be, how expensive would branding my business, how expensive would it be if I want to brand my product? For instance, you said at the end of the day, my product should be one when it's products are lined up, it should be the first one a person would want to choose. So how expensive would that be?
I can't put a value on how expensive or how high or low it can be. I think with any budget you have, you should be able to do something. First of all, branding shouldn't always be expensive. I don't share that belief that when you talk about branding, it should be expensive. There's a lot of waste in the system. Sometimes, I'm sorry to say this, but it's the truth. A lot of marketing, communication, or advertising companies, bombard clients with ideas and stuff that they don't really need. So you look at proposals and there are a lot of stuff that will not really yield any result. There's a lot of freelance advertising marketers or advertising agencies. They think once you have a laptop and some small car and you are running around, you are marketing, you are an advertiser. And some of them, having worked with one radio station or the other, think they can just do marketing communication. It's a profession. Brand building is a strategy. You've got to get the knowledge, the requisite, education to be able to understand brand building from nowhere to somewhere. So by selling in one media house doesn't make you a marketer.
I see.
You understand?
Okay. So viewers, hey, going from one media house that doesn't make you a professional marketer. So whether you're an SME or you're a business joint, just get to professionals, experienced people, result-oriented people like Mr. Addo. You get it, and he will give you just what you're looking for. This is where we wrap up on the networking session. I know you want to hear more, but our time will not permit us. Up next is the Vanguard Assurance Safety Tips segment. Take a look at that, and I'll be back shortly.
Vanguard Assurance Safety Tips, brought to you by Vanguard Assurance.
The digital fire insurance is a response to the needs of our insuring public. Claim is the main product that we sell. The fire product that we sell is a promise to pay claims when fire guards people's building or homes. The real issue, the complaint of the public is that most times we request that they should bring fire service report, and we also ask for them to notify when there's a loss. And they see this as a serious burden because for the notification it's not really a problem, but getting the fire service report, they complain that they have to go through a lot of issues. As insurers also, we really feel that when there's a loss and we involve the fire service quickly, they may reduce the damage and it will inure to the benefit of the insured and the insurer as well. So what have we done? The digital age, we've developed an app which we are calling the Vanguard app. What you do is that you download that app onto your mobile phone. Now, from the Google App Store. Now, you download this app. It helps you when there is a fire. Whenever there's a fire, you go to this Vanguard app and just press fire on it. It will send SOS to Vanguard Assurance and the fire service simultaneously. So instead of the traditional method of notifying Vanguard or calling the fire service to come, this immediate response goes to fire service and Vanguard simultaneously. So what will happen next is that the fire service will come with their tender and Vanguard Assurance will also come to your premises. The fire service usually will come and quench the fire, and Vanguard will do the assessment of the loss and push your claim process into gear, the starting point, waiting for you to bring the estimate.
Vanguard Assurance Safety Tips, brought to you by Vanguard Assurance.
Fire!
Hello sir, this is Vanguard Assurance. We just got a notification of a fire outbreak at your premises. I want to assure you that the fire service has been notified and the Vanguard team has been dispatched and they'll be at your premises soon. Thank you sir.
With the Vanguard Digital Fire Insurance, you need not to worry about getting a fire report. Vanguard will facilitate the processing of the fire report and speed up your claim process. No need for you to chase any fire report or fill any form to initiate your claim.
Switch to the Vanguard Digital Fire Insurance now. It's digital, it's fast, and very convenient.
Vanguard Assurance, 6th time CIMG Hall of Fame insurer.
That was it about the business court segment. The show is Biztrends TV show. I'm Enyonam K. Makwada, and today I hang out with two big personalities, Mr. Samuel Addo, the CEO of Dreamline Consult, and Mrs. Linda Kumsing, the CEO of Lineage Catering Services. She was lucky to be selected to hang out with Mr. Addo. This show is proudly brought to you by Vanguard Assurance and Leave Tomato Paste. Next week, same time, I'll come your way again with another powerful CEO to enlighten our SMEs out there about what to do and what not to do. Until then, it's a bye. Bye-bye.